of my voice okay. Some people told me, Robert and Lanika, that the music kind of fluctuates some of the audio, but I think I have my mic a little louder, so by a thumbs up, I think it seems okay. So you're not, Lanika, so I think we're good. So my name is Ramon Ray, and we're live streaming on BWC Breakfast with Champions, the audio-only platform on Clubhouse. I turned that music down because now it's annoying me, and this is... some elevator music I'm putting in here, but on BWC audio side, I hope you all are well. I hope you are blessed today, and I want to hear you all at the top of the show as well to get your input, see how you're doing today as we have some fun. But before I do that, Lanika E. Johnson with Press Staffing and Trash Logic. How are you today, Lanika? What's going on in your world? Introduce yourself to the people.
Wonderful.
And then tell us how you're doing.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm Lanika E. Johnson, CEO of Press Staffing. We help entrepreneurs get more done faster, more efficiently, and help you supercharge your business. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me every week. Always excited to be here with you and Robert.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Lanika. Thank you for saying yes and showing up. I appreciate that. And Ayanna, thank you so much. Your sound was good in the earlier show. Now, Ayanna, I need to get Robert in here to introduce himself, but I think Lanika and Robert, you already know where I'm going to go. That's like saying, honey, the other shoes were good. So, Ayanna, you're going to have to comment more, like you just threw my whole game off there. But Robert Kennedy III, communication expert extraordinaire, welcome, brother. Give the people a hello and tell us who you are and who you serve. Talk to the people.
Hey, y'all, what's happening? Robert Kennedy III, RK3. That's me. I am the president of Kinetic Communications. We work with business leaders and small business owners, teaching them how to tell their stories on stage and on video so that they can generate more income and increase their visibility. Yeah, that's who we are. That's what we do. Give me a high five, y'all. Bam.
There we go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Robert, glad you're here. I'm serious, Ayanna. I'm waiting for you to tell me, can you hear me okay on your side or not on the YouTube side? I'm curious because I know some of the streams could hear different audio as well. So, Ayanna, I need you to tell me, did that music sound okay in this show as well? I had something else pithy to say. Oh, yes, I was going to say these two humans are some of the best at it. Lanika E. Johnson, again, thanks for being here. Press Staffing. Definitely check out pressstaffing.com as you're looking for your staffing need. I love working with them because working with Lanika and Robert because they're fun, they're smart people, and they can just roll with me. Robert Kennedy III, amazing, amazing human, definitely an expert in communication and all that he does. So definitely check him out, Robert Kennedy III, across platforms. With that, I always want to honor and bring in the purpose. I'm here on the BWC Breakfast with Champions side. Hey, Christina Howard, glad you're here. One of my third most favorite humans in the world on the BWC side. Before Lanika, I said so fast, somebody thought I said PWC. They're like, Price Waterhouse, BWC. Always want to give room to the room, the audio. Anybody want to on mic? Say hello, greet us. We do have topics today. We're going to go, this show goes for about an hour. So it's going to be a great show. We're going to touch on this and touch on that. Before I do that, I definitely want to pause and see anybody want to say hi. Jump in. All right. Good. Well, those who are here, whether you're in listening mode or not.
Say hi.
Hey, Maria, talk to us. Jump in.
I'm just saying hi.
Okay.
I'm here. We're here. You're not alone. We love you. And, here we are.
I respect that, Marie. And you know what? I respect the hi. I've been on some places, Robert, where I'm like, the guy just had to say hi. I said hi. Now they want to chat with me for an hour. I didn't want to do all that. So, Maria... Thanks.
I'll chat with you if you want. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, good. We'll do that in a second. So, Maria, by the way, did you have your event yet? Your big annual event? I know, honoring your mom and all that. Is that coming up or passed already? Remind me.
Thank the Lord. It was February 2nd. It was, what a journey this year. Here I was thinking, I'm going to get everything done. January 20th was my target. I was going to go see Christina. I was like, no, it didn't work out that way at all. But it worked out great.
Wonderful.
It was an awesome 30-year event and 10th year with my mom directing from heaven. So it was absolutely amazing. That's what they tell me. I can't wait to watch the video so I can actually see it.
I love it. Well, listen, Maria, thank you for chiming in. Again, we're going to have the BWC Breakfast of Champions crowd throughout this show today as we dive into topic numero uno, number one, with that. And my first topic of the day, and I know everything here, me and Lanika are going to agree on everything perfectly as we always do. First thing is, I'm going to stream in. I'm going to try to share my screen, Robert, Lanika. Let's see if I can do this well. And I want to show, and most of you may have seen it, the AI. I should have this prepped already, but that's okay. I'm just going to do it live. I'm going to show the ad of entire screen. the AI ad, as Robert said. Which ad, Ramon? The Open AI ad. I thought it was the dumbest ad in the planet. I thought it was stupid. Kim Walsh Phillips chimed into my Facebook post and she said, no, Ramon, my mother kind of liked it. She kind of got better and liked it. The fact that she liked the point. So let me just play this ad real quick. I hope I'm not banned, because, privacy, using copyright issues, but let's see what happens. Here we go. Come on, Anika, this is we are live on the TV, Mom. That's one small step.
Summarize this article. Help me practice asking for a raise.
Act is my sleep coach.
What bird is this? Actúa como mi tutor.
Turn my idea into a business plan.
What do you want to create next?
Absolutely garbage and pathetic. Now,
this
I
February at
totally
Renewal by
get
Anderson.
it. How do we stop this? Stop sharing my screen. How do I do this? Go back here. So, Lanika, I'm going to turn to you first, Lanika. But listen, I get it. At the end, OpenAI, ChatGPT, those of us in the know, the digerati. Kim Walsh got me. Kim Walsh Phillips, a communication specialist, and she said, Ramon, but my mother kind of liked it. Her mother being many of our moms and elders women, I get it. But let me just shut up. Lanika, what did you think? I know you agree with me, but what did you think, Lanika? Talk to me.
I actually do agree with you. I actually thought that it was ridiculous. I was like, if I wasn't an avid user, I would have no idea what that commercial was about. Like I was talking to a friend yesterday about it, and he said that his elderly uncle was asking, what was that? What was that about? So yeah, if you did not already know what OpenAI was, you didn't already know what ChatGPT was, I don't think that commercial did any justice. And $8 million for that?
Right? I bet they hired my daughter to do it. Now, let's see. We have two voting that it was the dumbest, stupidest ad in the entire Super Bowl history. We have our third judge, Robert Kennedy III. What say ye?
Meh. I mean, I didn't have as strong a reaction as both of you. It was kind of one of those, it was there. It didn't move the needle for me, but it wasn't, oh my gosh, that was so dumb. It was one of those things where I'm thinking, okay, yep, somebody was in their living room or three people sat in a boardroom and said, here's the idea. And they were like, yay, this is great. And there was one, Robert, that was like, okay.
Right.
So that was just kind of a, okay. All right. It wasn't, I didn't think it was.
I literally at the end of it said, that was horrible.
But here's the other thing. If the majority of people, if we're using our panel as a microcosm here, if 67% of the people said, oh my gosh, that was the dumbest thing ever, then it was successful because they got a reaction.
No, Robert, stop. No. We're not, Robert, no.
It is. So here's the thing. Apathy is worse for businesses than negativity. Right? Because if your name is in their mouth, if they're hating on you, then you've still got their attention. Right.
But I
have
to say, I don't think that we're normal. I don't think that we're part of, I don't think that we are the average person, right? We're business owners. We use AI. Like, I think that we're more invested in, the actual technology than most people. So I don't know.
So maybe most people were like me with like, meh.
Yeah. I think most people were probably like, whatever.
Okay. What was that? Okay.
But Robert, Mary Kim, I'm with you here, Mary Kim. And again, those who can talk, let me know. I especially want to get some input from you, Christine. You said for 8 million. But Mary Kim, us talking about it, I guess you're right, Mary Kim, in a way. We're talking about it now. So I get your point, Robert. They achieved the result. But then again, as Lanika said, Robert, we have to be careful because we're a microcosm. We're the top 1% who are using this, not the zillions who use it after. But having said that, to have a lot of buts, maybe for this stage, most of the current users are talking about it, so maybe it was a win. So I don't know. By the way, Sherdon Reynolds, welcome. Glad you're here on the live stream. Christina Howard, glad you're here on the live stream. Mary Kim Parker, glad you're here on the live stream on video. So that's my point. But Robert, I get it. Robert's a meh. Lanika and I are like totally dumb. So overall, it was a 0. But yet Robert's saying we're talking about it. I don't know. And then Kim Walsh Phillips' mom said, hey, I get it, but yet Lanika's friend's older person didn't get it. Let's see here. Okay, thank you. And Jeannie Snyder's like, doesn't matter what the Super Bowl ad said. She loves seeing Robert Kennedy, Ramona Lanika. Let me pause here a bit. BWC side, anybody wanted to unmic join in on your thought on this open AI chat GPT ad? But by the way, I liked Google ads, Robert. I think some of the other ones that gave a more clear message, hey, I'm busy, or I needed to have a school report done, whatever it was. It made sense, but let me pause. BWC, anybody want to unmic and jump in? If not, no problem. I'll count to 3 or 4 or 5. All right.
You have to give people more time than that on BWC because they, made this mic more
Shay, you are right.
friendly
You're
for
exactly
the visually impaired. So just saying that, Ramon. But I know it's a live show. I just wanted to say that
Please.
I think what RK3 said is true. There is no bad publicity. If some people are thinking, you're here talking about how dumb you thought it was. So now somebody or a bunch of somebodies who are hearing you are going to go look for the video, the commercial, and they're going to watch it. And they're going to glean something that you didn't glean, which is the whole point.
Okay, good point. Well, Shay, with that in mind, I may go nuclear and touch on another Super Bowl experience.
I'm not touching that.
See, that I suspect Lanika will agree with me on, and she might, but I may not bring it. So we'll see what I do. Robert, I'm not sure he stands, but I feel he'll go in the middle. He's kind of like the conservative Democrat or the progressive Republican of the group here. We'll see. But anybody else wanted to comment? Thank you, Shay, for reminding me. You're right. Dora, I was talking to my wife on Sunday saying I tend to be fast talking, give pauses of 1 second. And for an audience, they often may need more time, one, to get the mic ready and just thinking about what they say. So thank you for that, Shay. And I do that because I just don't like silence, but let's have some more fun. I think this could be interesting. Anybody else who's present, who's in the room, wanted to comment on the Super Bowl ad from OpenAI? Anybody else on that? Want to pause for a bit and see if anybody else wants to verbally talk. And if not, keep the comments going across the chat. No problem at all.
Shay's right, because now I'm going to go watch the ad that I did not watch because I was probably getting my wings or something at that time. So now I'm going to go look. Thanks, Ramon.
I'm furthering the thing that Robert Kennedy is saying. You talk more about it, everybody's doing it. So
see how that works?
Yes.
I want to hear about the other thing you want to talk that you kind of don't or do want to talk about.
Do you have a suspicion what it is, Shay?
I sort of might, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Lanika,
talked about today.
Say it again, Marilyn.
Could it be the experience of in between the two halves?
let me just talk to my co-host first. Lanika, seriously, I'm more sure you just tongue in cheek. Can we go there, Lanika, or do you prefer, for whatever reason, we can go there?
You and Robert can absolutely go there.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Hey.
I just feel like a bus just rolled over my back right now.
I know. When the Queen says that, Robert, I'm like, wait a minute. It's like Mama saying in church, you can go to the bathroom if you want, but you could get. You're like, Jeremy.
I just honestly, I don't think that we have enough time on this show to.
I got it. So we'll see about that. I'm gonna go there right now. I'm just gonna do it.
You could lose your life as well.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's what that tone was. That was the mama tone.
Yeah, here's the tone. By the way, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Celebrity CEO Show. We talk about all things building your personal brand. 9 core pillars in celebrity CEO mantra: book writing, podcasting, marketing, being a better speaker, using the power of video, email marketing automation, websites, events, speaking, and more. 9 core pillars we talk about that are tools and channels you can use to build your personal brand, live your best life. I'm a firm believer that you need to get attention. Hey, I'm Press Staffing. If you're looking for help to grow with staffing, not buy, but just attention. And then we build trust, and then get a sale. Or in Robert's case, hey, if you're looking to be a better communicator, don't buy from me, but I'm Robert Kennedy. Just get attention and then build trust. And then hopefully you will engage me to help you be a better speaker. This is the concept of Celebrity CEO, what we talk about. My name is Ramon Ray. Here at my co-host, Lanika E. Johnson, founder of Press Staffing and Trash Logic. You're looking for getting staffing help for your business. Those things you just don't want to do. Definitely check out Lanika E. Johnson, Press Staffing, Robert Kennedy. I got to get your system. And Robert Kennedy, the third, RK3, amazing speaker, communicator, and more. Definitely check him out across platforms for you to turn your story, use your story better, and be a better communicator. So let's continue on with the topic of the day. Now, here's what I wanted to touch on and just say it. Lamar Kendrick. Kendrick Lamar. See, you already see where we're getting here, and I was going to say that. Yeah, I know. See,
I think that's what you were confusing.
Like
no,
that-
I wasn't
that
confusing it. No.
Like that wasn't a good start. It was-
Yeah, but here's why. It shows you, Christina Howard. If you laughing at me, Christina Howard, don't put in the chat, Christina. Don't even do it, Christina. I can see Christina type. No, don't see. She had to do it. She just had to do it. Oh boy. So what is it? What is his name again? Anika.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. So here's the thing. I just see Christina. You're not even talking, Christina, and I'm laughing looking at your chat. Here's the thing, Kendrick Lamar. Here's the thing. Let me just explain who Ramon is first before I say my comments. Then I'm gonna turn to you, Robert, and we'll see if the Queen wants to enter in. One, I don't listen to much of any music at all. Full disclosure, seriously, no music at all. This whole thing, Drake and what he's going through, as you can see, Lanika, seriously, I don't listen to much at all. So I am culturally tone deaf due to how I grew up. Very conservative Christian home. We didn't listen to much any music, all. So full disclosure, who I am, so you understand where I'm coming from. So I don't know much about the Doors, the Chili Peppers, all the stuff that Mary Lynn knows. I'm totally opposite of that. I don't know nothing. So that's one. Number two, I don't listen to very much any music even today. I have like 2 music things on my thing, on my little Star Trek thing device. That's all I have on the spot of the Fi. That's all I have. That's how much I don't listen to music. So that's number 2. Number 3, I came into it. I'm used to Super Bowl really being fully entertaining. Like everybody gets it. You just rah, rah, rah. That's the lens. So first I thought, and I'll just say it again, Lamar Kendrick. Yeah. Right. Kendrick Lamar. See, you got me all. Thank you.
K before L, like in the alphabet.
Thank you. That'll help me.
Go.
Kendrick Lamar. I at first thought, see, Marilyn, now y'all just piling on. Oh, Lordy. I see you, Marilyn. Come on, give me some grace.
You can say
LMNOPQR.
Okay. So Kendrick Lamar, I thought it should be really just different. That was my initial thought. And then our mutual friend Jamal Lanika, he posted something and gave the whole breakdown of what was happening, whether you agree with it or not. Now that's a separate issue, but the breakdown of the metaphor, the messaging, I was like, oh, I'm one of the millions, maybe half America went over my head. Didn't get it at all. So I just wanted to give that context. So for me, what I'm getting at is not the messaging, Robert, and then Lanika, if you wish, is just I do think Super Bowl, in my opinion, the artists, the beauty of it, they can do whatever they want, I believe, just so they have a lot of latitude and they can use that time what they want. But I'm just one who thinks it should be more the entertaining and rah-rah we're used to for Super Bowl. That was the lens I came without knowing ahead of time what it all meant, my ignorance. So I just wanted to clarify that. But Robert, would love to have you in. I don't even know. I don't have a question to ask you. Just would love your comments on what I'm trying to say here about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show.
I'm same age as you. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know that I know all of the stuff behind it. And I'm not going to poo-poo the show. But, to some degree, I feel like this is the same thing that's been happening for like the last 6, 7, 8 years. There's a group of people like, oh my gosh, that was great. And then there are other people like, for me, my personal thought was, I know a few Kendrick Lamar songs. I don't know a lot of them. So there's a lot of it that I didn't understand. I don't know that I appreciated all of the creativity and artistry behind it. There was some more that I would have liked. So my grade initially was like, it was about a 7 out of 10, right? That was my thought process. But then, like you, I got some other context and I said, oh, okay, I kind of get it. But it was the same thing when Rihanna performed. Some people were like, meh, and other people were like, oh, you didn't get the subliminal message. It was the same thing when Dre and Eminem and everybody performed. Oh, you didn't get the subliminal message. It was the same thing when Beyonce performed and did Formation. Oh, there was something brilliant behind it. You didn't get the subliminal message. I don't know if the artists all say, yep, I've got this thought that I want to get to the world. I'm going to use my platform to do it. or is it just people after the fact saying, "Oh, yeah, this was my interpretation of it"? So, for me, it's the same type of thing. I appreciate that people have a platform to share what they want, even if all of us don't understand it.
Yeah, the only thing I'll add to that, Lanika, if you don't mind, I'd love to bring you in. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I want to respect you. Okay, cool. So I just want to say that I like what you're saying. Now, who are you now? Robert. Yes, Robert. Robert, because now that I understand it, he made a choice to possibly talk directly to a certain segment of people, and or those who didn't. Now where eyes are enlightened. Not good or bad. I'm not arguing with the message, but talking about now, I get it. He made a choice because I could see myself doing the same thing. Hey, I have an audience of X people here. I'm going to choose to talk in code about burnt pancakes and bacon. I'm making it up, whatever. I know only a certain amount of people will know it. That's okay with me. In that case, hats off. But I was just saying going into it, me and my wife and others with friends, we were like, what was that? Nothing personal. We just had no clue. But Lanika, please jump on in and talk to us. I love your perspective of this.
All I want to say is that I think there were two things to look at here. One, I don't believe that the Super Bowl is ever entertaining for everyone, right? I remember, probably 10 years ago thinking, what in the world is going on? Like, if the Red Hot Chili Peppers up there, I have no idea what they're talking about. I have no idea what they're doing, right? I don't think it's ever for everyone. The second thing I want to say is that, yes, I believe that there was a message. To me, it was a very clear message. And I believe that when you have a platform like that, that is the opportunity that you take to speak truth to power, if that's what you want to do, right? And I do believe that that is what he did. And I think that we are in a very pivotal time in our country and in our history where we will look back on this. And, there's a bunch of think pieces now, but there's going to be, 20 years from now, a whole different set of conversations that are going to be had about this time in history. And I thought that it was very important for that purpose, right? So I'm going to leave it there.
No, Lanika, that was great. I think we're all in agreement here, and I think that reminds me, Lanika, to your point, it perspective. Some of the players put John 3:16 on there. They tattooed it years ago, whatever. Jane, Focus on the Family, and others, and all the devout Christians, Bible readers. Oh my God, half the country was like, "What's John 3:16?" I'm making it up, but so I think we're all maybe agreeing here. But Robert, let me get you any last word that came not last, but anything you want to bring in as we go full circle and share Don. See, Lanika, y'all queens just sticking together here. Share Don, of course. Yeah, I agree 100% with the queen. Go ahead, Robert, bring it in.
I disagree with Lanika. I think everybody loved it when Michael Jackson did the Super Bowl and stood there for like 2 minutes doing nothing.
I can see it, yes. And I think everybody loved when Prince did it, yes.
Yes. And I like what you're saying here, Evelyn. Like you said, Evelyn, I didn't understand what he was saying, but I enjoyed it. So, and that's Lanika's point. Everybody doesn't get everything. You're right. Again, me not being in the rap culture, sometimes I wonder, Lanika, if my black card would ever be revoked. I watch those memes and I'm like, I hope not. But, just how I grew up. I don't understanding the music. But anyway, we can move on from this. But before we do move on, actually, let me give space for the Breakfast of the Champions BWC crowd. Those who are watching this on video, my name is Ramon. Right, hanging out with my friends here, Robert Kennedy III, amazing communication specialist to help you communicate better. Those of you like, you know what? I know I can do better. I got a promotion coming up. I want to speak better, whether in the boardroom, from stage, doing what we're doing here, all versions of that. Definitely check out Robert Kennedy III. See him, Google him, check him out, RK3, Robert Kennedy III on LinkedIn and more. Definitely check it out. A trusted friend of mine who will do you well, all things communication. If he can't serve you, I'm sure he'll point you to people who can. My other good friend, Lanika E. Johnson, who I've learned a lot from. She may not know, but she's a mentor. I see her as a mentor to me in many ways. She's done some bigger things than I have. And so I always appreciate you, Lanika, very much. And I'm a client of hers, Trash Logic. She built a multi-million-dollar business helping companies dispense with their trash, and also Press Staffing, helping you with your staffing needs. So you want to check out Lanika E. Johnson. Lanika and Robert, thank y'all for hanging with me, being here, spending an hour of your day on the relatively new still Celebrity CEO Show. Breakfast with Champions side on the Clubhouse app, which is still here, obviously. Please, unmic if you want to jump in, say your name, and I'd love to have you. I'll pause for a bit, and then if not, we'll go to another topic.
It's Mary Lynn.
Hey,
Good
Mary
morning.
Lynn.
We're getting the t-shirts, Ramon, because I do know all the stuff.
You do.
We talked about it one time, a long time ago. I'm with. Okay. Anyway, so I feel it was entertaining and had a message. But what I want to talk about, I talked about in my segment this morning, is even if there was no hidden messages, I liked the music, I liked the dancing, like I liked um, so much about it. But I have a young son. Well, he's 29 now, but I mean, I grew up with the music he grew up with because that's what we played. Kendrick Lamar, Count on Me is his go-to song when he's feeling down. So I think, like Lanika said, not everything is for everybody. Like when Lady Gaga came out in her meat suit to make a statement, I'm sure not everybody resonated. I think artists have, if you have got to the pinnacle of your career and you have been invited to play at the Super Bowl, you get to use your platform to send an artistic message. Also, I just think that is par for the course because don't we all really want to use our platform for the betterment of our message? And so I just think that's okay too. I was entertained and I liked the message.
And Mary Lynn, you were like an exceptional. Like, see, I'm like, I wake up. Let me. How do I say this? Let me.
Let's
I just
squabble
say,
up.
yeah. I just say it on the BWC. I say it on the BWC only platform. Here's what I'm trying to say. I think Mary Lynn's like 50% black, even though she looks 100% white. So I don't really know what she is. That's a compliment. Mary Lynn knows I'm just messing with her. But yeah, Mary Lynn, you know all the pop culture and all the things. And so, but I think that goes back to the point. I think we're all, which I like here, Lanika, you said it well, Robert Kennedy. We all have different ways of life, different ways we've been brought up. And I think when there's no maliciousness, which the three of us definitely, we enjoy being together. There's no maliciousness. We just learn from each other. I respect how Lanika was upbringing, how Robert Kennedy, my wife, she's your kind of girl, Lanika. I mean, she grew up sheltered as well, but man, when she comes into the driveway, you hear the sister coming in the driveway. Pooh, pooh, pooh. I'm like,
right.
honey,
Let's go.
yes,
Let's go.
I'm going deaf. Exactly, Robert. It's just too much. And so, but we're all different. So everybody, welcome again. And you're right, Sherdon, Celebrity CEO mug. Those are forthcoming in the right time. Glad you all are here. Let me pause again. Anybody else wanted to jump in on the BWC Breakfast with Champions side before we jump into our next topic of the day? Anybody else want to jump in? And actually, what I may do, Lanika and Robert, to have you give a tip or a nugget from your experience in the next few seconds or so I may do that now. But anybody else on the BWC wanted to jump in? I'll pause for a few seconds. Cool. Okay. It's an uncomfortable pause, Shay. I'm waiting. Okay, good. Okay, good. So we'll continue on. Good. All right. Hey, everybody. Next, before we do that, Lanika, you've done quite a bit of things. You built Trash Logic. You're built Press Staffing. You work with entrepreneurs, Lanika. You have a whole team of people. Would love to get one little nugget from you, not little, one nugget from you, Lanika, of just what you've learned over the years, what based on your experience that we can learn from you and your years of experience as we have a little 30-minute mark here with the Celebrity CEO Show. Please.
Oh, this is great. I think what entrepreneurs need to really think about is how much time you have to just think. For me, it has been really crucial that I carve out time for myself just to think and just to innovate. And literally yesterday, I was just kind of walking through the house. I'm reading the book Play Bigger. And so I would take a break and I would walk through the house and I was just thinking about, okay, this is an idea that I have. How can this be? I always say, how can I Dubai this? I don't know if you've been to Dubai, but when you go to Dubai, everything is an experience, right? So I order orange juice and they put it in a bottle with a cap and hand it to me instead of a glass of orange juice, right? So how do I Dubai this idea? How do I disrupt my disruption, right? But I can't do that if I'm doing all the things. If I'm sending the emails and I'm on calls all day and I'm having to, do all the things, that's just not going to work. So give yourself time to think, give yourself time to create. That's what I love it.
And Lanika, you and I know somebody who has products in one of the big box stores, and she is here saying she is a proud Press Staffing client as well. So Press Staffing people are coming out in force. Ardeen, glad to have you here, and was glad always seeing you in our mutual circles of enliftment and empowerment. Robert Kennedy, talk to the people, brother. Tell us a tip, thought, insight from you that we can learn from you today as we continue on with the Celebrity CEO Show.
Well, Lanika's was so powerful. I don't know if I can stray too far from it. One of the biggest challenges that I've had as an entrepreneur is having the idea and then looking to put my hands on it and execute it without delegation or without getting additional help. And so I read a great book last year, maybe 2 years ago, by Dan Sullivan and Ben Hardy called Who, Not How. And so, as you're thinking of ideas, instead of thinking about how I can do this, think about who can do this. So, your job as the CEO, your job as the president, your job as the ideator and strategizer is to set the vision, set the direction of it. But putting your hands on it to mold it and do everything with it is not always the best because you also don't have all of the experiences that may bring the best implementation of that idea. So figure out who can help or who can push it forward instead of you being the main person to do it, every piece of it. Your job is the idea.
That's good.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was talking to a mutual friend of me and Lanika's, Shantiria. I have her magazine behind me, Travel Divas, and I was sharing some things with her, and she stopped me, Lanika. She said, "What? You're doing that? No, honey. No. You should not be doing that." I'm like, I put my head down like I got my arm in a cookie jar. But, we're all growing and all doing different things here. And Jeff Moffat's a Dubai guy. Lanika, if you don't know Jeff Moffat, he's an amazing communication specialist as well, an amazing human who's gone through so much and still shines. So, Lanika, you have a Dubai friend there. I haven't been to Dubai. I shook my head when I didn't understand fully what you're saying there, but I haven't been to Dubai, but I do want to get there for sure. So let's jump into another headline I saw here, Robert and Lanika. Again, thank you, Robert Kennedy. Thank you, Lanika E. Johns, for being here with me. But it was just ironic. Again, I don't want to beat the AI horse so much, but I do think it's worthwhile and it's important. Christina Howard, see Travel Divas. Travel Divas, see them. Shantiria, 10% commission. Travel Divas, when you want to get to Dubai. Shantiria has been there like 500 times, Christina Howard. Seriously, she's a good person, a friend of mine and Lanika's and some others. So check out Travel Divas and definitely check out Dubai. She specializes in Dubai, Christina Howard. So when you go, you can buy 4 tickets, one for your boo, one for me, and one for my boo. Let's make it happen. Ironically, Robert, Claude AI is telling people when you apply to us, don't use AI and et cetera. And there's a bigger picture I'm going to try to bring home here. I was in the airport eavesdropping unintentionally on a conversation of a gentleman who was spending maybe 90 minutes with one of his fellow countrymen. You could hear his accent and et cetera. He was probably newly to America, helping one of his fellow ethnic countrymen, as it were, how to get to the States, telling him, do this, put your resume this way, go get in this group, in this community, because when you looking for your green card, all these things that many of you, half the room here could be immigrants, half the room are listening to us. So he was educating him and he was saying, hey, listen, don't worry about it. Everybody's using AI. Everybody. He's an engineer. He's saying we're all doing it. Everybody's doing it. So when you do it, though, he was just saying tweak it and make it more human. So I think there's something to that. There's even these AI detection tools. I get it. They try. But Robert, if I'm going to teach somebody how to do the best podcast, I believe I can use AI for that. Do some good prompts, add what I want into it. But I think AI is getting that good that I must say, and we've talked about it before, but I think it's worth it again, that it could do a lot of work. I was talking to Evan Goldberg at an Oracle NetSuite event, Robert, and they were just talking about how far AI has come. Throw your data in there. It'll do the hard work we used to do before. So I want to pause there, but I just want to give you space just to see where you wanted to take this. But Claude AI, the people who are doing AI, is saying when you apply to us, please don't use AI. We're going to, AI detection tools. But I don't know. AI is getting so good, it can out-detect itself. But Robert, anything I said there that gave you something to hang on and reply back to?
There are a couple of things inside it. I don't know why Claude or Anthropic, the company, says don't use AI to apply, and maybe it's a back end thing. They're seeing how many people will actually do it or will not do it so that they can see if their actual detection systems work. I don't know. Maybe they're seeing who's disobedient, or if we tell people don't do something, the majority of them will do it. So maybe that's a test in the back end. I don't know. But, AI is super powerful. It's becoming fantastic. I did a session for NSA Minnesota last week where we talked about some AI stuff, and I showed them Chat GPT's mobile app and how you could just talk to it and have conversations with it. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize you could do it. We were just typing. I'm like, no, you could be in your car having conversations. And I asked AI, I asked Chatzilla, as I call it, to speak with a Jamaican accent to me. Right. And so it was hilarious because the accent shifted and it was, it wasn't perfect, but it was authentic enough that people were like, oh my gosh, that is great. So yeah, it's a whole new world. It's growing, and we're already using it, whether we think about it, whether we know it or not.
You know, I had an idea, Robert, that to keep me awake on a long drives, pretend you're driving with me and argue with me. For example, give it a trigger debate, and it can just argue with me in the car. We can go back and forth for 8 hours arguing. That's not a bad idea. Lanika Johnson, talk to me about that. Anything I said, Lanika, that kind of prompted you, or any thoughts on this? I know you know a lot about AI, but talk to me.
Yeah, I was thinking about this because I do know AI very well. I teach AI courses. However, having a staffing agency, I am seeing how AI is being abused, not being used very well. And so when I suspect that someone has used AI for their application process, I really challenge them. And I want to know if they can explain it to me in their own words. So, I am actively kind of pushing for that unassisted thought process. I want to see, how do you form thoughts without using AI? How do you articulate yourself without having to use any assistance? And so I am absolutely seeing, this kind of crazy, out of control usage of this tool. And it should just be a tool. It literally cannot replace your thought, because once you have to really show up, you're going to be in trouble. you're going to really be in trouble.
I think the question for me though is, how do you stop some of that? Because I look back at we're talking about AI, but if we go back to technology like the calculator, people are like, don't use calculators because you're not going to be able to multiply properly in your brains. Your brains are going to go to mush, and you're not going to be able to do that. As a matter of fact, y'all have probably had that experience where you go to a fast food joint, right? And as you're getting your food, the computer system breaks down. And the person that's at the register has no clue how much change to give you.
They're like so lost. And, and that's why I say it's a tool. We have to teach people, children, young people, how to use it as a tool and not to replace themselves. When people are like, oh, it's taking jobs. Yes, it is going to replace some jobs. But the people who will keep their jobs are the people who are using AI in their jobs, right? You can't be a bookkeeper and say, well, I just give up because AI is taking my job. You need to become a bookkeeper that can run the AI. Like that is what you need to be using it for, instead of using it to think for you. When you're reading articles these days, you can tell when someone did not put their personal spin on it, when they didn't go in there and try to make it sound like themselves. I was listening. I'm sorry. I'm going on and on because I'm really passionate about this. I was listening to a book. I listened to a lot of audibles, and I was listening to a book, and I'm driving to the Bay Area, and suddenly words are being pronounced wrong in the book. And I'm like, regular words like reply was like Ripley. And I'm like, what is going on?
Robert loves that one. Send him that audio track.
And I'm like, oh gosh, this is crazy. Like, people need to learn how to, use it when it's appropriate and not use it when it is not appropriate. So I'll rest my plane there.
Nah, you guys jump in anytime. You got some fans. I want to shout out to Ardeen and Christina Howard. Loving what you're saying, Lanika. Loving what you're saying. And Robert, you got some big shout outs from Jeff Moffitt. Jeff Moffitt saying, go, brother, go. So love this so much. I think it's so important. You're right. And I think there's a demarcation. Is that a word I can use, Robert? When I'm done here, just put a thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know if I got that word right, Robert. You can be the communication dude. So there's a demarcation we can do it here of, I think, if you're a blogger, writer, for me, for what I'm doing, it's not medical. What I'm doing, it's good enough. You may not have to be the domain expert. But to your point, Lanika, doing events, if I'm hiring an event manager, you better be able to school me. And I don't mean literally because I'm going to outsource it anyhow, but meaning I want somebody who I can see knows their stuff, not just I chat GPT to Ramon. It said there's 99 things to do. I'll do it. No, you're talking to a dude here who has 20, arguably 30 years of experience in events. I know gaffers, tape, events, Allen wrenches to lighting, to camera, to video, to the experience, to food, to people, to Marriott, to hotels. I've done it all. So it doesn't mean I'm the best at everything, you know what I mean? But I have the real world experience. I paid my bill, 30,000, 50,000 charges. Didn't know it cost more money to put the dolly from point A to point B, and I'm charged more. All that I've been through. So if I'm hiring you as my event manager, I shouldn't have to. We can work together, but I shouldn't have to school you.
Right.
So I think that's kind of what I'm hearing, Lenny. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah. No, I go back to the fast food example. If something breaks, how are we going to function? Right? Yeah. Are you so dependent on something that if things don't go the way you plan, if electricity glitches out, if something happens, are we done for? Is the entire thing, does everybody just go home and forget it because something broke and we have no idea what to do? So we've got to figure out how to function, or we've got to figure out how to lead the technology or make the technology work for us as opposed to it doing everything for us.
And I think it's worth saying that if you are a person who still uses your brain in your space, you are going to outperform with the addition of AI others who are just relying on the technology.
Facts. Hey, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Celebrity CEO Show, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, give or take, unless it changes. Here at my two friends, Lanika E. Johnson, Press Staffing. Definitely check her out at pressstaffing.com. If you just joined for your staffing needs, just hit them up, ask them a question. You don't got to use them. Just say, hey, I'm interested in Lanika, and her team will reply to you in kind. Robert Kennedy III, really amazing communication expert in all ways, whether it's that TED Talk you wanted to give, that boardroom seat you're waiting for, just to communicate better at your local Chamber of Commerce meeting. Just ask. And I must say that, Robert, Lanika, it's not about hiring people. I'm encouraging people, just ask. Just say, hey, Robert, I heard you on Ramon's show. Had a question today. And you never know what you'll get, or, so just ask. Same with me. My name is Ramon Ray. Check me out at celebritysceo.com. Celebritysceo.com, really helping entrepreneurs, small business owners, freelancers, business experts leverage the power of their personal brand. We got some big things coming up over the next few months and more as I get myself together, and largely with the help of Robert and Lanika and her team and other things I'm working on. So glad you all are here today. Wanted to touch on another topic here. We got about 15 minutes to go in the show. But again, I'll pause for a minute on the Breakfast with Champions side, BWC side, Clubhouse, the audio-only app. Glad you all are here, a lot giving that engagement with us, chiming in here on the video side. Glad you're here, putting the comments here in the BWC app itself. Michelle McLean is here. Saw you last Friday, Michelle. I'm so glad you're here. Michelle McLean is an amazing human. And Adrian Baker's here chatting in. And Dora Maria, my seventh favorite human in the world. Glad you're here, with Christina Howard being the third favorite human. Sometimes you guys interchange depending what day it is. But anybody want to unmic, say your name, and join in on the BWC side before I go into topic number 3. I'll pause for a second or two.
Good morning, Ramon. It's Michelle.
Michelle McLean, it is so good hearing your voice. Thanks for being here. Before you dive into whatever you wanted to share, could you just talk to the people and say hi to all the people? Tell them who you are, and then please join in our conversation, Michelle. Glad you're here again.
Well, thank you. It's good to be back. It's been a little while since I've really been active and engaged, but I'm Michelle McLean. I'm a brand strategist and the CEO of a company called Retention Masters. And my hashtag is We Rise Together. I truly believe that. I walk it in everything that I do. So super excited to be back with all of you this morning.
Welcome.
And thank you. So I just wanted to give a quick tip since you're talking on the topic of AI. And this is something, literally, it is a game changer. It has changed everything with how ChatGPT responds to me. You literally go in, and one of the first things that you can do is ask ChatGPT to interview you. Literally say, ChatGPT, interview me to get to know me better. And if you put that in as a prompt, it will actually go through and ask you some really deep and insightful questions about yourself, about your personality, about things that are important to you, about your business. And it will niche down so much that when you do that, and if you answer the questions authentically and truthfully, it will really start to adapt to your own personal style and voice so that you don't end up sounding like somebody that you're not when you go and use the service. So that's just a tip that I have for people. It's something I learned about 6 months ago, and it's been a game changer in the AI world. So just something to share.
Michelle McLean, thank you. Michelle, how can we find you? How can we reach you? I want to get re-engaged back with you again. Tell the people how we can do that.
I am all over social media under Michelle McLean, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, TikTok, Michelle McLean, or you can just use hashtag We Rise Together. That usually brings me up to the top of lists as well. And my green hearts.
I love that. And Michelle, please do, offline after the show. Do not do it, Michelle. Don't do it during my show. Do not call. Don't do it during the show, McLean. Michelle, don't do it. You gotta wait 12 minutes. But I hope you engage with Robert Kennedy. He's just a good human. I have a feeling you and him may know each other already. You may have some overlaps in business and things. Great. Okay, good. See, y'all just
Absolutely.
good people. And Lanika Johnson is an amazing human. Michelle, you guys are could be kindred hearts, but I think you will like each other and be able to do something together. So definitely, Lanika, please find Michelle. Michelle, find Lanika, and the three of y'all, please do some good things together. Robert, stop. After the show, Robert. Not now. Lanika, no.
I want it. Can I add 30 seconds to what Michelle said?
Take 37 seconds, brother. Yeah.
Appreciate it. So there is a little bit of a freemium model with what Michelle just mentioned. If you are not on the paid version of ChatGPT, you will run out of memory. So it's not always going to remember everything about you in the future. So the paid model, you get a lot more memory, and it's going to keep track of some things.
Pay the $20. It's so worth it.
Yeah.
So worth it.
Yeah.
Pay the $20.
Isn't that right,
$20.
Michelle? I get we all are certain stages. I'm sure there could have been a stage at Robert or Lanika where they didn't have $20. Like, we all grown folk. We all been somewhere. But Michelle, to your point, that's one side note. Again, people, especially who can do it, like, is it for free? It bothers me. I mean, I'm looking at a site right now, Michelle, Flippa, to buy and sell websites and things, looking for some domains and properties that I may buy, or I may ask Lanika for the money and buy her money. We'll see. But point is, I may buy some things. But the point is, I paid the $49 to get premium access. So Michelle and Robert, thanks for bringing it up. But Michelle McLean, everybody's here. Long-time member of BWC. Glad to hear your voice, Michelle. And by the way, your mic, whatever you're using, sounds so crisp and clear. It has to be an Android. I'm guessing a Samsung phone of some sort. So
Brand new 16 iPhone. Sorry, my iPhone could come to life in the middle of the night and threaten to kill me, and I just could not get an Android. Sorry.
Ramon got
It's the new iPhone that was made to mimic the Samsung.
Oh, snap. Okay. Shots fired.
the whole show, the whole show's just, I can't. The whole show's just going to another level. Welcome back, everybody, to the Celebrity CEO Show. What I wanted to touch on, Lanika and Robert, again, glad y'all here today. Invest the $20. Ask chat how to get greater ROI, says Jeff Moffitt. Glad you're here. Amber Donald, echoes that the $20 to pay it for these AI tools, whichever one you're using, and I'm sure Lanika and me and Robert use several of them. I have all three of them, and I use many of them. I'm a Claude person. Yes, exactly. Great investment for anyone on the fence, says Christina Howard. Glad you're here, Christina Howard. And the chat should keep coming in. Love the whole show. Ardeen, again, thank you for being Ardeen. If you're not following Ardeen, if you know offhand, Lanika, what her handle is, I forget it. Just can you remind me of it?
My Melanin, MAH, Melanin, MELANIN. And her products are sold in Sam's Club, Lowe's, Hallmark stores. She's really fantastic. She has a gift wrap company.
And I have a selfie with her. I think maybe a selfie with her and her husband. I'm not sure, but I have a selfie. So I'm going to sell that selfie in a few years on some way. I'll sell it. But I wanted to touch on this, Robert. I'll turn to you first. Just Facebook advertising. Facebook advertising. Facebook. I had the numbers in front of me. Wall Street Journal. I'm not going to go now, but billions and billions and billions is doing better and better and better. And I guess my thought, the nugget I wanted to pull on that, it seems like that. Lanika and I are in a tool in a community together with Lamar Tyler and others, and many people who want to expand beyond word of mouth and the things we're doing. But if you want to go to a much bigger reach, it seems like you really have to advertise. I'm sure there's some entrepreneur somewhere, we didn't know advertising, we're $1 billion company. But at some point, you got to scale everything you're doing, Robert. And I just think, what do you think, Robert, do you think that Facebook or some other platform, whatever it may be, but Facebook putting money in that and spending the $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month is pretty much the only way to really scale and get the hundreds of thousands of eyeballs through advertising, is my point. It seems like Facebook is a tool to do that. Robert, first you, then Lanika. Curious what y'all think are
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean, I don't know that it's the only way, but
Fair
it's
enough.
a pretty darn good way to do things. I mean, it's the same reason that we were talking about at the beginning of the show. Why does a company spend $8 million on the Super Bowl to put an ad in there? Well, it's because you have 500 million eyeballs
Mhm.
at the same time. Facebook has over 2 billion, 2.5 billion, closing in on 3 billion users. Our world only has about 8 billion people. So if you look at an application that has the attention of more than 30% of our globe, and I can put some advertising on that, I can spend a few bucks and get it in front of more eyes based on what that than the regular algorithm says, then yeah, it's worth looking at.
Yeah, and you think about it, posting, Robert, it throttles, I think, it reaches 1% or whatever. You just post regular posting, and you can do word of mouth and do flyers. As you said, Robert, it's not the only way, but my point is advertising, spending money and saying, I need to reach more people. There's not many other games in town to do that. You could, buy a float or whatever, but spending money in advertising, way to do it. Lanika, what are you seeing? What's your advice on this aspect of advertising, Facebook or not, but advertising?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not advertising, then are you really in business? Who knows that you even exist, right? So you need to advertise somewhere. But I think about when people say, is it worth it to run ads on Facebook? Well, where are the eyes of your audience? I think that's what's most important, right? Where are the people that you're trying to sell to? If they're online, and most likely they are, you need to reach them there. On the trash side, right? I own Trash Logic. Our customers, we mainly find them at trade shows, right? So that's where I spend money. Those boots cost me $10,000, and I will invest in that because I know I'm going to walk away with 200 really hot leads from that. And that's going to turn into 20 new customers, right? So that could be $1 million just from that show. So I'm going to stay focused on where my customers are. So if your customers, especially if you have an e-commerce brand or you have a service, right, that is online, you need to be advertising online. So
yeah, somebody put something in the chat now that I disagree with quite a bit. Somebody just said that they think referrals can have the same effect if done right. I don't agree with that. There's no way that referrals alone can have the same effect. And I use the word alone. I think you can have referrals that do help your business grow in conjunction with some other marketing strategies, but referrals, aka word of mouth, is only going to have a certain geographical reach. So if you want to have a more global reach, yes, referrals, but that also needs to be combined with some other far-reaching marketing strategies.
Yeah, for sure.
And
And go ahead,
a
Lindsay,
strategy around that, I think Lamar was telling us at Game Plan, you need a strategy around referrals, right? You shouldn't just be like, oh, I hope people refer me, but actually have a referral strategy.
That's right. And I think, Jeff Moffitt, you said it exactly right here. It's all about the math. Our mutual friend, Kim Walsh Phillips, does a show here on Fridays. She says it's not magic, it's just math. And so Ayanna Webb, by the way, if you're looking, Robert, have you ever wanted to play the piano?
I do play the piano.
Oh,
I'm going to ask it again, Robert. Just flow with Robert. Just flow with me. Robert, have you ever wanted to play the piano? Well, he said he does play the piano. So my point is, Robert, if you wanted to learn, go ahead. Come on.
He lift his piano.
Yeah. No, but Ayanna. Robert's a multi.
He's like, I am a piano. No.
But Ayanna, another good friend of mine, Ayanna Webb, she has a great company, Robert, that does teaches people how to play piano. So I don't have that URL in front of me, but I'm sure if anybody looks up Ayanna Webb piano, you may find her platform somewhere. So. But you're right on that about the things. And knowing your numbers, Amber Donald's chiming in here. Thank you, Amber, for being here. Knowing your numbers is important. I love the way Lanika ran down the stats. Indeed. Listen, before we end this show, and I let the amazing Robert Kennedy and Lanika Johnson go back to their worlds, or you know what, not go back. This is part of their worlds. Thank you all for being here. Anybody on the Breakfast with Champions side want to jump in real quick? And then I'm going to say a few words and end on Robert and Lanika. We'll see where it goes. But I'll pause. Anybody wanted to jump in and say your name and jump in on the Breakfast with Champions Clubhouse audio only side. This is your time, if you wish.
Thank you so much, Ramon. This is Iman here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Iman and then Chima. Chima, we'll get time for you too. But Iman, jump in, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ramon. And thank you for your amazing guests. Actually, it was amazing to hear their perspective around AI. And going back to the point of why Claude does not or ask their applicants to stop using AI when they're applying to their job. Basically, lately has Mustafa Sulaimani has been the CEO of the Cloud AI. So what he's focusing on is adding more sentiment and more humanity to the AI as the ex Pi CEO, Pi, and it was actually the most humane, if we can say, responsive AI tool. So part of the why we feel the AI detection tool basically focus.
And Iman, your mic probably just clipped. I heard a clip, so most likely your headphone came out. We'll just give you a time to click that back in, then I'm going to turn to Chima, and then we'll wrap the show up. But let me know, if Iman, if you can hear me. Your headphone clicked out, I think. Iman, can you hear me? Okay, we'll move on. There's somebody just put her in the chat so she knows she was served. If you can help me with that. But Chima, jump in. Chima, please jump on in, and we'd love to hear your comments, and then we'll wrap the show up. Chima, the mic is yours.
No, I was just saying awesome. And every time I hear more about AI, it's quite intriguing because our platforms now, we're having to solve problems with AI because it's powered by AI as well. So it's great listening. Ramon, thanks a lot.
Great. You're welcome, Chima.
Cheers.
Thank you, Chima. Cheers back to you. Thank you so much, Chima, for being here. Everybody, listen, Lanika Johnson, one more time. Tell us who you are, how we can find you, who you serve, whatever you like to say. Then, Robert, I'll turn to you, and then I will close the show out. This is the Celebrity CEO Show. Lanika, mic is yours.
I am Lanika E. Johnson. I own Press Staffing, and I'm so excited that Ramon has me here every week. But who do I serve? I serve entrepreneurs. If you are looking to optimize your workforce, if you're looking to hire someone who is highly educated, highly engaged, but for a little less money, reach out to me. I have staff in the Philippines that I can help you find. So pressstaffing.com, or you can find me on Instagram under Lanika Johnson. Also LinkedIn, Lanika Johnson.
Love it. Thank you, Lanika. And by the way, if you use Press Staffing, do me a favor and let Lanika know that you found her on Celebrity CEO Show. The advertising rates on our show are $10,000 a month. So every time Lanika's on the show, she's like, Ramon, you know what? This is adding up. So no.
I'm like, ooh, okay. I didn't know I was getting a discount.
Yeah, no, but seriously, if you're using Press Staffing, please let Lanika know. But do both of us really a favor and help us to know, hey, I heard you on the Celebrity CEO Show, Ramon Ray, so we both can just know how the show's doing. Robert Johnson, talk to us, brother. Remind us who you serve, who you want to talk to, and how the best way to reach you, please.
Oh, snap. He just gave me a new name, Robert Johnson.
I mean, Robert.
I love it.
I was like, I think that's my cousin.
Robert Kennedy, talk to the people.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you are in the space where you need to connect with your teams much more effectively, if you want to connect with your customers much more effectively, and you want to do that with confidence, you want to do it in a way that is compelling, you want to create visibility for yourself, I believe that storytelling and communication is the key for that. And that is just what we help you with. So you can connect with us at kineticommunications.com, or you can just go to robertkennedy3.me and connect with me there, and we'll help you move forward.
Robert Kennedy, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your friendship. Thanks for saying yes and being here. I know time is precious, and Lanika, same thing with you. Ardeen says it best. This is a really great show. It's informative, upbeat, and there's also some comedy thrown in. These are all the things that I need in the morning, and this is why we do it. With anything you're doing with me, it's got to be fun, and if it's informative, that's a bonus. Robert, thanks so much, brother. Be blessed. Lanika, thank you so much. Be blessed. Do I hear some music back there, Robert? You put the music in there?
I didn't put any music.
Oh, I
yet,
thought I heard somebody. No. It's just fine. It's just fine. Yeah, you can do some.
Just my emails popping up. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I don't mind. It's good. I hear it. I know y'all got business to do. Please, you are released. My name is Ramon Ray. We're going to end the video live stream. This is the Celebrity CEO Show. Get to know me better at celebrityceo.com. Celebrityceo.com. You're welcome.